Welcome to Build a NeuroNinja. It's Andrew from Action Your Potential. Hope you've had a good day. In this couple of videos, we're going to be looking at mind management, specifically about how we manage our minds as we go back to school. So when we're talking about going back to school, it isn't just students, children that feel those wobbles. Teachers and learning assistants and other school staff feel those wobbles too. This is what a head teacher said to us. I am feeling really overwhelmed and a little bit sick. So much to do, so much demand. It really hits my ability to enjoy my weekend and the last day of the holiday. And this is what a year 10 student in secondary school said. I find it so hard to sleep the day before I go back to school, and I worry that if I can't sleep, that'll make the stress worse. What we need to understand is we're living in a brain that finds change and uncertainty very intense, and that is everyone's experience. That is because our brain is a guessing machine and it tries to predict what's going to happen next. And when it does, it predicts negatively. Our brain models the world we live in live, that neocortex, the new bit of the brain, the bit that's going to pass the test, the bit that's going to learn and remember, the bit that provides us with our personality and the ability to reflect and flex. But we've got an old brain, and when the old brain spots change, it goes off on one. It gets worried. It stimulates the worry system. Our brain worries when it doesn't know what's going to happen next, when it's experiencing change and uncertainty, when it's going from a period of calm to a period of having to respond to the change that's coming into our lives. And it activates 3 times more powerfully. And that's what we feel. And we feel that often as negative emotions, like, I don't want to do that. This is really stressy. That's what it feels like. When change or uncertainty happens, the amygdala in the middle of the brain starts broadcasting a message to the prefrontal cortex. And basically the message is a particular kind of thought. It's these things, cognitive distortions. So we're looking at the future of tomorrow and we're going, oh no, it's going to be bad. We're jumping to conclusions. We're catastrophizing. We've got ourselves in a tricky space because what's happened is our brain has just spotted change. We need to land those worries. So what happens if I forget my book bag? What lunch do I need tomorrow? What's happening on Thursday? We need to land all of them and have answers. And we need to name the cognitive distortions and calm our brain down. We cannot stop this happening. This happens in every brain, adults and kids, whenever there's change. It's the way the brain spots change. It worries to itself, but you don't need to worry. You need to plan. So when we're stressed and anxious, we can find it harder to solve problems and prepare for change. We can experience a lag in our thinking. That can become a low mood and something called rumination. We might tell ourselves these sort of things. It's going to be really difficult at school tomorrow. What if my friends don't talk to me? What if I forget my spellings? What if? And we might end up saying this to ourselves. We'll melt down further. It's going to be so awful, I might as well stay at home. We get stuck in that space in rumination. Low mood, going around and around and around and moaning and groaning and grumbling and being stroppy and tricky with ourselves. We need to stop and take a deep breath. More on that in a minute. That will calm us down. Don't believe everything you think. Remember, your brain has just spotted change. It's like it's arrived at the edge of a cliff and it's saying, oi, be careful. That's exactly what happens when our brain reaches change. The change precipice, the edge of change, our brain goes, oi, watch out. Think about this, think about this, think about this, think about this. But don't believe all of the predictions your brain makes, because it's just reminding you that change is coming up and it's getting you ready for that change by activating your sympathetic nervous system. So if you're experiencing big emotional amplified reactions, notice those reactions. Don't get stuck in malignant rumination, going around and around and becoming moany and groany and moody about it. Remember that you've got 2 halves of your nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system, that's good, it gets you ready for action, and your parasympathetic nervous system calms you down. So you need a bit of sympathetic activation to get you into school and to get you learning. But you don't want to get into a place of being stressed, anxious and frazzled. You need to spend some time in your calm down system, and we'll look at all of those things in the next video. So where is your mind at right now? We don't want you like this. We don't want you frazzled in your sympathetic nervous system for too long. We want you to be in balance. So active and engaged in school, absolutely, but not fretting and anxious the day before you go back. You need to visit your calm down system. We believe that you can do it. We know that you can do it because we support students to do this all of the time in one-to-one coaching. So the first thing that we need to do when we're getting ready for change is notice that our brain is now worrying and moaning and groaning to itself. Listen out for those cognitive distortions, land them and say, really, is that likely to happen? Don't believe everything we think, and land them using that what framework, and also watch out for rumination. We'll see you in the next video.